coming to you live from Los Angeles. I hope you're all doing great out there. And today, it's May the 22nd, 2021, and I wanted to bring you all a video talking about the fights that are going to be taking place today. UFC Fight Night, Cody Garbrandt against Rob Font, and then another fight I wanted to talk about, though there are a lot that are good tonight, a lot of good fights tonight, but the main one that I wanted to talk about, other than the Rob Font and Cody Garbrandt fight, is pretty much the fight between Edmund Shabazian and Jack Hermanson. So yeah, I mean Edmund Shabazian, Jack Hermanson, and Cody Garbrandt and Rob Font is pretty much the fights I want to focus on. And the guys, I just want to say, like, I'm literally everywhere in life, so it's pretty hard to be consistent with the uploads and the live streams. But obviously, I'm gonna make it a priority to be on dot whenever I'm gonna be releasing them. So there's a lot of things coming to this channel, so I hope you guys are gonna be staying tuned for that, because I am gonna try to do something very different than all these other channels, and build like an actual community. Oh, and the Bitcoin crash, that's another story, but I'm gonna get into that in another video later on. But let's jump into this one. So Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt. We all know who Cody Garbrandt is. Not too many people know who Rob Font is. I mean, I'm not really too informed on Rob Font and how he fights, but obviously the guy's been able to put himself in a position to get a fight with Cody Garbrandt, and Cody's someone that a lot of fighters would want to go up against. Now that may be more so because he has a name, rather than his ground game isn't that good, because realistically we've never really seen Cody's ground game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he has pretty good takedown defense, but other than that, he's really good on the feet rather than on the ground. Cody on the feet is where his specialty pretty much is. So, but let's go. Cody Garbrandt, Rob Font. Okay, Cody Garbrandt is 29 years old. Rob Font is 33. I'm almost 28, and I can tell you guys for sure that I'm not the best that I can be, and I feel like, I guess, ages 28 to like 32 is, like, I guess, a different period of someone's life. So I mean, Rob Font does have 6 more wins than Cody Garbrandt, but he is 4 years older than him. So I mean, ages 24, I would say, like, and above is really when you're growing up. And I feel like aged 27, 20, 29 is like when you're actually experiencing growth, and aging, I guess, a little bit, or I should say maturing rather. But I feel like 33 is an age to be at a prime level, and I feel like Rob Font has that over Cody Garbrandt, because I don't feel like you deteriorate probably after age 37 or 38, but I would say up until from 38, or from 0 to 38, you're obviously in development mode. So um this one, I would say, this fight, it's a hard one, because, see, Rob Font has never been knocked out either. So um I mean, the guy is really good. I mean, Rob Font does know how to fight, but at the same time, Cody's got that puncher's chance. I mean, it's a puncher's chance however you look at it, but realistically, whenever we look at how each fighter has won more of their fights, Rob has 8 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission, 6 wins by decision, and he's lost once by submission, and he's lost once by decision. So, um, comparing that to Cody Garbrandt's, hang on, let's see if I can pull this up easier. Yeah, comparing that statistic to Cody Garbrandt's, Cody has 10 wins by knockout. He's been knocked out 3 times, won 2 by decision, and he's never lost by submission, and he's never lost by decision. And I'm also going to come out and say that, Cody's been in the UFC for a while, so he's probably fought more tendered fighters compared to Rob Font. But then again, Rob Font has actually been in the UFC for a while too, so I mean, let's see. Rob's last fight was in 2020. Cody's last fight was also in 2020. Um, but it looks like Rob has had um the more recent fight. His was in December 2020. Cody's was in June of 2020. So Cody might be more rested. But let's see here. I mean, Cody did lose 3 in a row realistically, so he was able to, get the victory from Rafael Ashuano. Just trying to see if there's any outstanding differences, because usually, a fighter can have like 25 wins, but then half of them would be via submission. So easily you would know that way that the fighter, or one of the fighters you're looking at is a submission artist. But looking at the stats between these two guys, Cody and Rob, I can tell you guys that it's gonna be a war. They're gonna punch each other out. I really doubt this fight is gonna go to the ground, and I feel like they're probably gonna be punching each other until somebody gets knocked out. I mean, Cody's, always been known as a striker, but Rob Font has 8 wins by knockout. So Rob Font seems to be a striker himself. And bizarrely enough, if we're saying, it's going to be a striking contest tonight, I'm going to come out and say, hey, you know what? Rob has never been knocked out, whereas Cody has. Cody's been knocked out 3 times in a row, actually. So I can easily see why the betting odds are pretty much the same between Cody and Rob Font. So, let me know who you guys think is gonna win. You guys got Rob Font, or you guys got Cody? Who do you guys think is gonna win? And I should have made this video a couple days ago, but we're only a couple hours away from the fight, so let's see if I can get you guys to give me your opinions before the actual fight starts, because the Edmund Shabazian fight is actually the first fight. The Edmund Shabazian and what's his face, Jack Hermanson fight is actually the very beginning of the main card. So that one isn't even gonna. That one's gonna be starting in probably not too long. I'd say maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because the prelims have already started, and I think they're like almost halfway done. So we'll see how that goes. Or no, they're not almost halfway done, but 2 of the fights are down, so they're almost halfway there. I guess I can say that, almost halfway. So they're getting there. The night is beginning, to shine, if that even makes sense. But mm, UFC Fight Night, Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt. It's pretty hard to come out and say who's gonna win between Cody and Rob Font, because they're just so close, so you don't really know. But if I were to make a bet, I would say Rob has the better chance of winning. I mean, everything just points towards Rob being, um, the fighter that can win. I mean, the guy has a little bit of ground game. He's got 8 wins by knockout, never been knocked out. He is the older fighter, but, not like 35 or 36, but he's 33. So Rob is up there, so and I think A lot of people would say Cody will win, but I think the more that I look at it now, I feel like Rob has more of the um, chance to win this fight. Because I mean, How's Cody gonna win? He's gonna go for the knockout, and Cody may be the more aggressive fighter, but I mean, it's probably what is it gonna be, a 5 round fight? I mean, he gets taken down twice and stays there. Then guess what? He already lost the round, so that'll be 1 or 2 rounds down. So it'll be interesting. It's an interesting fight. It really depends on how each of these fighters is gonna approach each other. But just to make my official prediction, I'm gonna come out and say Rob Font is gonna win. All the numbers are just pointing towards that. So now to go to the Edmund Shabazian and Jack Hermanson fight. This is gonna be a good one. Jack Hermanson, 21-6. Excuse me. Edmund Shabazian, 11-1. Um, I mean, these are also both really good fighters. I feel like Edmund is still, really, really young. He's still 23 years old. And Jack Hermanson is 32. So Jack has 9 years on Edmund. Um, Jack Hermanson is actually not a submission artist, or he's not a, knockout artist like Edmund is, but I think he's rather a submission artist. Actually, no, but let me go ahead and take that back. This guy can actually knock somebody out. He's got 11 wins by knockout, 2 losses by knockout, 6 wins by submission, 2 losses by submission, 4 wins by decision, and 2 losses by submission. So, what's going on here? So, this guy is obviously really, really good in terms of getting wins. He is 21-6. So it's not the best record, but it's a solid record. Jack does have a name. Edmund has been building a name for himself too, even though he didn't get the win in his last fight. And I think, who did Edmund fight last time? He fought Michael Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, was it Michael Johnson he fought? I think. Let me see who he fought last time. No, he fought Derek Brunson. I always mix up Derek Brunson and Michael Johnson for some reason, but yeah, it was Derek Brunson. He got knocked out. It was a close fight. He had Derek hurt during that fight as well, so he could have been 12-0 right now. But hey, things happen, right? So, this fight, I'm gonna say similarly. I see Jack Hermanson winning, and the reason being is because I don't even feel like Edmund is an actual adult yet. How old is he now? 23, 22? I don't know why I'm yawning so much today, but let's see. Let me confirm. He's 23. So I mean, the guy's still really young. I mean, a 23-year-old against a 32-year-old. So I mean, let that sink in for a little bit. I see everything pointing towards Jack Hermanson winning this fight. I feel like Edmund can easily come and knock Jack Hermanson out, but he's only been knocked out 2 times, and Jack is actually a pretty good decision fighter. I mean, he's got hands, he's got the wrestling ability, he's got the submission techniques. So I think Jack Hermanson and Rob Font, guys, those are the two fights I'm pretty much focusing on, and those are the two fighters I'm choosing to win in those two fights. And there's a plethora of amazing fights tonight. It's just that right now I haven't really been keeping up with all the UFC fight nights and every single fights that have been taking place, but I can say the fighters that I do know and the fights that I do know, I'm coming out here and making my prediction. But again, just to quickly reiterate, Rob Font and Jack Hermansson are the fighters that I'm choosing to win in tonight's UFC Fight Night. So let me know what you guys think, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, talk with each other, and let's build an amazing community. And with that said, I'll make a video talking about the results of the fight and what I thought about the entire night. So, and I'm also gonna do a cryptocurrency video as well. With this Bitcoin market tanking, and I've said in many of my previous crypto videos, be careful with what you're doing, because once it starts tanking, you probably won't see your money again in another 4 years. So, um, guys, watch the fight. Enjoy the night. It's Saturday, May the 22nd. Cody Garbrandt, Rob Font, headlining UFC's Fight Night tonight. Bunch of other exciting fights. They're actually taking place right now. So, if you guys tune in on ESPN, you'll be able to see it going down. And yeah, guys, let me know who you guys think is gonna win. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.